Happy Tuesday. How you doing? I can't take too long. I got to get to the VTH. Uh, there will be no Happy Wednesday video tomorrow. Give you a heads up. Auntie Billy's day off, so we're going to do our Christmas tree shopping. We usually put our tree up like 2 weeks before Christmas. That's enough time. This way it's still kind of fresh looking. House isn't covered with all the needles that have been falling off because it's all dried out. Yeah, I know. You put an aspirin in the water, you put a banana peel in the water, coffee grounds, all these home remedies to keep a tree fresh looking in your house for like a fucking month and a half. You know what I mean? People putting up their tree like, Thanksgiving. Hey, to each their own. I've already been in the, by now, I've been in the Christmas spirit for quite some time. Now it's time for the house to get into the Christmas spirit, so we're going to do that tomorrow. A couple of things I heard I thought were funny. I guess Santa must really be getting even more desperate for viewership that keeps dropping. I heard now he thinks Tesla's a great fucking cause. I know people have told me for a while, man, he's got fucking hair. Yeah, that's bugging me. Curls up. Goes on his tangents. Electric cars are death traps. They spontaneously go up in flames. Not only will they kill you, they'll burn your house down, burn your whole neighborhood down, go up in the middle of a shopping mall parking lot and kill people. You know what I mean? He hated them with a passion. But now suddenly, man, he fucking loves them. He was yakking about how doesn't like any new cars. And something came up. I guess he did a video recently talking about the reason why he likes old cars. And something about, what was it he told me? You can't adapt new technology or new parts to old cars. That's why he likes old cars and old parts. And something to that effect. But the funniest part to that was just Brian. Funniest part in that was the comments. And this brings up 2 points. And one I heard him say himself one time, a long time ago when I used to watch. I heard this come right out of his own mouth. He was getting all this, people sucking up to him, pickle sniffers. But people have told me he has a new crop, and they must be real youngins that don't know shit about shit, young people. And I've heard people tell me over a period of time, that's why his viewership has gone way down. A lot of his older pickle sniffers, you get to recognize the same names that show up, they're long gone. I guess they finally got fed up with his bullshit. They got tired of waiting and waiting and waiting on every one of his project claims he never completed, never went through with, he abandoned. They finally, everything runs its course, as they say. And he acquired like a new, you can tell that, I guess they're young kids that don't know shit, and they look up to him like he's the greatest thing since Betty White. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I say sliced bread? Because Betty White was born before sliced bread was invented. That's why I say greatest thing since Betty White. She was a funny lady. I used to like her. She lived to be like 100, right? Something like that. So, man, they suck up to him, Man, I wish my auto shop teacher, was you. You should go teach auto shop in vocational trade schools and shit. Fucking funny. I can imagine what he'd be teaching them. Yeah. That they'd go home and do to their parents' cars and fuck them all up. But anyway, he said there was one comment, man. He says, Brian, I've seen some classic comments. This was the all-time best. He says, one guy left a comment. I've never heard somebody talk so much to say absolutely nothing. I thought that was fucking great. But here's the best one, though. Talking about, once again, new cars suck, new cars suck, new cars suck. That's why he likes old cars. But if you was to buy a brand new car today, you would buy a Tesla. So what he said, yeah, he said that. I thought he hates electric cars. Said, well, now he loves them. He said that, he was actually thinking about buying one. So really? Wow, that's a complete 180. That's a 180. I guess that's to attract the electric car crowd. Because let's face it, whether you want to accept it or not, electric cars are catching on. And a lot of people are racing them, and they're running some pretty impressive times with them. If it has wheels, guys will find a way to race them. Going back to the Roman chariots, horse and buggies, you name it. If it has wheels, guys are going to want to race them, regardless of what they're powered by. And guys, I heard there's even little leagues starting up, electric racing. I know Don Garlits debuted a electric dragster. I think he drove it himself, if I'm not mistaken. Bobby Tasker, my buddy, this is going back a few years now, before the introduction of the Mach E production. He took a GT, electric powered, Tasker Ford, sponsored by his Ford dealership, and he's the one that took it out, and it's made him pass up at New England Dragway. Right out of the box. It ran like an 870 at 159 miles an hour, and it's still being raced. He has people racing it for him now. And it's seen up at New England Dragway quite often with many other electric vehicles. It's catching on. Whether you like it or not, it's catching on. And I think Sanford realizes that. And because he's been losing a lot of his older crowd, even though he's getting younger, gullible pickle sniffers coming into his cult, now he's going to try to attract the electric car crowd, hoping that'll boost his views to make more money. Come on, let's face it. This guy's predictable in his tactics. His motives, or should I say ulterior motives. So that's what's going on now. And then another one that somebody mentioned to him, and this is where I heard him say something one time. Man, did they sniff the fuck out of his pickle? They must have a big fucking rash on it. It must be all red. They walk around looking like fucking Rudolph, Or, they spend too much time over a fucking mirror with a straw, Or meth. And you should have your own TV reality show. And I remember him saying one time, oh yeah, Discovery Channel actually offered me my own reality show. But I turned it down. So I didn't want to be a sellout like those guys. Those guys they're not car guys. They don't build anything. They don't do anything. All they do is stand around talking. This show's all about them, their personality, glorifying themselves, about how great they are and the great cars that they're building, and they don't even build them. The people that work for them in their shops, they're the ones doing all the work, and all they do is stand around talking. They're sellouts. I don't want to be like them. He doesn't have to worry about wanting to be like them. He already is one of them. Except in their cases, at least fucking cars get built. You know what I'm saying? And they are fucking decent when they're completed. And they do get completed. So, but what I understand, I think those shows have all died out. They all ran their course. I think the ones that are still on now, they're old reruns from, years past, seasons past. Everything runs its course eventually, And, viewership goes down in that case. Sanford can keep hanging in there, He's in control of his own destiny. Or should I say in control of his own downfall. But with TV, it's much different. Ratings go down, sponsors say, you're not getting enough of a viewership, okay? We're pulling the plug on your show. You got no fucking choice, pal. And I hear a lot of them have kind of shifted over here to YouTube also. They're trying to carry on to make money on YouTube here. Now that no TV network, even Discovery, wants no part of them anymore because they're not profitable to them anymore with sponsorship and viewership. So anyway, that's the deal. Have a great Tuesday. Have fun. Stay safe. And I'll catch up with you on Thursday.